With beautiful beaches and wonderful wildlife parks, the country of Kenya in East Africa is a popular destination for many tourists. What the casual visitor may not readily notice is that a large percentage of the people in Kenya live precarious lives. Subsistence farmers work small plots of land, struggling to grow enough food to survive. Isolated from markets, lacking education, skills, or access to credit, many Kenyans find themselves trapped in extreme poverty. With limited understanding of good diet and nutrition, health and disease, combined with difficult access to water for drinking and sanitation, people, especially children, are susceptible to illnesses that bring disability and death. The resources of the local government are very limited, and without assistance from the outside world, many Kenyans are destined to live difficult lives, passing on to their children a legacy of poverty. ADRA is an agency that has been working in some of the poorest countries of Africa for over 20 years. Through the implementation of successful programs that bring water, health and sanitation, seeds and agricultural instruction, education and skills training, self-employment ideas and small loans, ADRA is creating opportunities that lift people out of poverty. One program, funded by ADRA Canada, that has made a significant impact on the country of Kenya is the Community-Based Rehabilitation Program, or CBR as it has come to be known. In many cultures of the world, a child suffering from any kind of disability is kept hidden away, and they spend all of what is often a short life in the dark rooms of small mud brick homes. The ADRA Canada funded CBR program provides poor rural communities with education about disabilities, corrective surgeries, and visits to the home by trained physical therapists.
Lynette was a very active child and very helpful around the house. The problem started when she was 9 years old and suddenly came down with a bad headache and a high fever. Her whole body was in pain. She became weak in the knees and found it difficult to walk.
My mother took me to a local healer who tried to make me feel better with herbs and medicines. Nothing worked, and after 2 months of treatment, she decided to bring me back home. By this time, I could no longer walk. People had to carry me everywhere I went. I had to quit school and could no longer do much to help around the house.
We wanted to take her to the hospital to see if there was anything they could do, but we had no money for the doctors. Then we heard about the ADRA CBR program. We heard that some doctors were coming from Finland to do surgery on children who were no longer able to walk. We were amazed to find out that the ADRA program would help Lynette, even though we did not have any money to pay. They did the surgery without cost, and after a month of traction, our Lynette came home.
After I got home from the hospital, I still could not walk. It was only after I started getting treatments from the CBR therapist that came to my home that I started to get better. At first it was slow. I started going back to school, but it would take me hours to walk there. But now I am completely better. It now only takes me 10 minutes to run to school, and I am so happy to be back in classes again. At recess time, I no longer have to sit and watch, but can join in with the other kids as they play the games. I love playing jump rope, netball, and football.
I am so relieved that Lynette is feeling better. It is so wonderful to see her happy and back in school. She also helps with the work around the house. She fetches water and firewood and helps with the cooking and cleaning. I am so grateful to the people of Canada who have come to work with the physically challenged people of Kenya and for helping my Lynette to walk again. God bless you.
I also want to thank ADRA. Because of the surgery and the therapy they provided, I'm now able to run again. After I finished with the school here in my village, I want to go on to university and become a teacher. Thanks for all you have done.
Ferdinand could not walk. He was just limping and it was very painful. We decided to take him to Kenyatta Hospital. We had no money, so we had to borrow some so we could rush the boy to the hospital because the case was deteriorating.
Ferdinand is a young man whose story is all too typical of many young people in rural Africa. Ferdinand developed tuberculosis of the spine and became progressively worse until he was no longer able to walk. Borrowing money from friends and relatives, his parents took him to Nairobi for surgery and treatment. After he was discharged from the hospital, Ferdinand was still in need of regular physical therapy. However, the closest clinic was too far to carry the boy 3 times a week.
Carrying him from home to the hospital, paying the bill, it was hectic.
It was then that a friend told Ferdinand's mother about ADRA's community-based rehabilitation program.
So I went and examined him and he was totally bedridden. He was not able to turn himself in bed and he had very stiff spasticity. So I started training him on how to turn himself in bed, how to get out of bed and just stabilize himself in standing position, how to move out of bed into the wheelchair and back. Then we made for him a parallel bar and how to stand between the parallel bar. We started with using metal sheets you'd tie behind the legs and trade, and that would help him. And he did that for some time. Then he started walking with straight limbs like that between the bars. And then out of the bars started using the crutches. And he has managed to go up to now riding a bicycle.
We thank the Canadians very much because they've made the boy walk. Without their help, Ferdinand could not have walked.
The program has been there for 14 years. That has made it possible for us to realize the success we are talking about right now. We have seen attitudes change. Children are no longer being hidden. I've seen children crawling. They have grown up to be bigger even than myself. Many of them are successful in life. Those who are at the university, I think they have a bright future. Others are teachers right now. They are helping other children to learn. As a result of the success we've had here, we have seen the same project duplicated by other organizations in other parts of the country. And this has been possible because of ADRA Canada.
The community-based rehabilitation program that has brought new life and opportunity to so many young people in Kenya has been made possible through the dedication and generosity of people across Canada. If you would like to find out more about how you can partner with ADRA Canada in programs like these, please visit us at www.adra.ca. Please join us as we work together, creating opportunities.